Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It's Girl MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Floyo and Michael Bullock. We are awaiting Dee Dee Woodson. We're hoping that she will arrive here tonight, but if she doesn't, then that's okay. And guys, here we go. So, Smackdown Live once again from um, the WWE Performance Center in Stamford, Connecticut. And yeah, tonight definitely was a very interesting evening, to say the very least. Uh, well, here you go, guys. So you guys wanted it. Here it is. So we started it off in the ring. Mojo Rawley introduces his buddy, the host of WrestleMania 36, three-time Super Bowl champion from the New England Patriots, number 87, Gronk. Rob Gronkowski comes out, cuts a promo, but midway through gets interrupted by Baron Corbin. Well, Corbin basically says that Gronk is a party boy, that he has no business being in WWE. I hate to say this, but a lot of people actually agreed with him on that. And the next thing we know, Elias, strums his guitar. A little brouhaha ensues. Corbin gets humiliated by Mojo and by Mojo Rawley and by Gronk. But Gronk says that, well, I can't make any matches, but he would like to see Baron Corbin versus Elias one-on-one at WrestleMania. I mean, okay. I mean, look, WrestleMania is now a two-night event. Obviously, you need to fill the card up. Now, where does this fall? Night one or night two? Quite frankly, it doesn't matter. It's a filler fight. It's a match that you can just throw on the card because, like I said, you're going to have to fill it one way or another. But this is a match that needs to happen. Now, I get it. Any other year, this doesn't even make the WrestleMania card. But with the confirmed cancellations, and they have confirmed this, there is no Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale this year. There is no Women's Battle Royale at WrestleMania. Of course, we are dealing with the coronavirus and everything else that's going on in the world. So, obviously, Battle Royales is literally out of the question. There's no way we're going to get a Battle Royale. But you need to fill the gaps. You need to fill it one way or another. You have to have somebody added to WrestleMania. Fair enough. I think this is a necessary move. You can add this as a filler fight. And to know that it's now in multiple locations, we don't know where this is going to play out. We don't know the location. So, we're just going to have to wait and see. Nothing more to say. I mean, was it over the top? Yes. But then again, it's Rob Gronkowski. If you don't know who he is the life of the party. He's a party animal. He is a little out there. Well, what am I saying? He's way out there. This guy. He definitely would have fitted in with the Rosebuds, with Adam Rose and the Rosebuds. He would have created a conga line a la No Way Jose. And he does that in his sleep. That's not even nothing. So, for Ron Gronkowski to be at WrestleMania, You want comic relief, you're going to get it and then some. Get ready. So, I got nothing else to say. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
Well, I'll tell you, MF. The messaging in the opening moments was completely wrong. WWE refusing to acknowledge the coronavirus pandemic is not going to help. It just makes the company look ignorant. Little nitpick aside, Gronk was enthusiastic and his energy helped make this segment somewhat entertaining, but as a whole, the opening 10 minutes was a bit rough. The feud between Elias and King Corbin is something we should expect to continue for the next few weeks at the least. It's obvious they're going to do this at Mania, and, I can already go on the record and say this is very likely going to be the worst fight of the night. So there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I hope that it does not overstay its welcome. Hopefully it doesn't get too much time, because this is a match that I can honestly do without, if I'm going to be honest with you. So, Gronk said he was going to share some details about the show. He obviously did not, because this guy had to interrupt, but it is what it is. So, but I know we'll find out soon enough. So really nothing more for me to say. It was all right. It was just fine for what it was. But Gronk's energy definitely, his energy and enthusiasm was the only real bright spot of this segment. But that's all there is to say. Michael Bullock, come on in. Elias and King Corbin, yeah. That's going to put some butts in the seats. Yeah, right.
Well, and Fletch makes a good point. I mean, I'm actually okay with this. But I do agree with you, Florio. It is going to be the worst fight of the night. But as Fletch said, you need to fill time, because, like you said, this year's WrestleMania is going to be a 2-night event. So basically, you're going to need as many matches you need to fill in the 2 nights. So I don't mind it. And this will definitely be the worst fight of the night. So, yeah. It was all right. But yeah, it was good to see Gronk there, and being the party animal that he is. For those of you that are not Patriot fans that don't know about it, that's who he is. And so yeah, you expect nothing less from number 87, and of course the 3-time Super Bowl champion. So yeah, so I'm okay with this. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. So let's move right along, Fletch.
Well, the next thing we had was, what's this? Actual in-ring action tonight? I guess so. I think AEW lit a fire under WWE here. So we got a match, a tag team fight. It was Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. And Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak won the match in 10 minutes and 45 seconds. But there was a little bit of extra after the match was over. Basically what happened was that after the match, there was a little bit of a backstage segment, and Daniel Bryan and Gulak were talking about hitting the weight room, celebrating their win, and then Zayn asked Bryan if he would be listening to the Intercontinental Champion. Bryan held Gulak back, and Sami Zayn said that he would put the title on the line against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. But there's a catch. There is a catch. Drew Gulak has to beat Shinsuke Nakamura next week. So there's the caveat. If Nakamura loses to Drew Gulak at WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Wow. you want to talk about now? I know we were saying, oh, what about Strowman? What about Strowman? Well, sorry, Braun. It looks like you're going to be sitting on the pine on this one. But Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn, Intercontinental title at WrestleMania? Anthony?
Yes, that is something I would be most interested in. Absolutely. 3 stars for the match. The talent of the 4 men in this match cannot be understated. They are some of the best wrestlers in the company, if not the entire world. Even without a crowd, this was actually a joy to watch. Their precision and technique were perfect. Seeing Drew Gulak get this kind of exposure is awesome, after it looked like he was going to be a designated jobber once he got drafted to Friday Night Smackdown. But not having a crowd, I know not having a crowd has made most of WWE's recent matches hard to watch. But I think this one broke that streak, and it ended up being tons of fun. And all I know is this. I think Gulak is going to beat Nakamura next week. Bold prediction. I think Gulak will go over Nakamura. And that will be on next week's show, not at WrestleMania. So, Sami Zayn against Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. I mean, say what you want about Sami Zayn. Yes, he's a lame duck man. And to me, he's the second most obnoxious heel on Friday Night SmackDown, only behind King Corbin. But say what you want about him, but he's a damn good wrestler. And if you give him a chance to work, you give him a chance to ply his craft, he's one of the best. And when we get this match, and I'm saying when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When we get this match at Mania, whatever night it's on, this has potential to be a show stealer. Because these two can go. Ask MF. MF can tell you firsthand. Come on, MF. Bryan Danielson, El Generico, and Ring of Honor. Come on.
Oh, my God. It was excellent. It was excellent, that fight. I hope if they actually do pull the trigger, I hope Ring of Honor puts releases this fight to the world. Yes. Because they have done this before.
I want to see it.
This would be an epic fight.
Yes, it would. Because they can go. They can go. Both men can go. Yes, they're not known as Bryan Danielson or El Generico anymore. And Sami Zayn's not wearing a mask. But it doesn't matter what their name is. Even though it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn, I have reason to believe, as much as we poo-poo all over Sami Zayn, especially myself and Bullock, you know, the whole our lame duck man shtick. But say what you want about him, the man can go. He can wrestle. So when we get this match, I have reason to believe it could rank up there as one of the greatest Intercontinental matches of all time. I don't know if it's going to surpass Savage and Steamboat from 3, or the ladder match from 10, or even as recent as 2 years ago when Rollins, Miz, and Balor had that great triple threat to kick off 34. So it could rank up there as one of those all-time great IC title matches. Or I'll even throw in Roddy Piper and Bret Hart from WrestleMania 8.
Oh, that was a good match. Yeah.
Very good match. 4-star match. Heenan's commentary, amateur punk stuff. That made it even better. And then from there, even though it ended with a clunky finish, Shawn Michaels and Tatanka from WrestleMania 9. That was a great Intercontinental matchup. If it wasn't for that clunky finish, that thing would have been, who knows? But all I know is some of the great IC title matches in Mania history. Bryan and Zayn, you do that, it's going to rank up there. No doubt about it. Provided they give them the time to work and we don't get any nonsense. So, but that's all there is to say on that. And one other thing, I know they're probably not going to do it, but if you really want us to enjoy this match, put Cesaro and Nakamura on the back burner and let these two go. You do that, awesomeness guaranteed. So 3 stars for the match. So So with that being said, Bullock, I mean, I know we poo-poo all over Sami Zayn, and rightfully so, but the man can wrestle. He is a great wrestler. And him and Daniel Bryan, if their Ring of Honor match, if MF said their Ring of Honor match was really good, this one could be just as good, if not better. Who knows?
Yeah, well, only time will tell. Like you said, when the match does happen, but and I hate to be the bearer of bad news to you, Florio. I know you said you hope Cesaro and Nakamura will be in the back burner. We just get these two.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
With our luck, it ain't going to happen. You know, wherever Sami Zayn goes, he'll have Cesaro and Nakamura by his side. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, Florio. I want this to be a straight up 1-on-1, but with our luck these days, that ain't going to happen. So, yeah, and as far as the match goes, I agree. It's a 3-star match, and yeah, with no crowd there, I basically enjoyed the match, and yeah, I mean, like you said, if Drew Gulak beats Shinsuke Nakamura, we're gonna get the match, and yeah, I think Gulak is gonna go over on Shinsuke Nakamura. So, yep. I certainly can't wait to see this match when it does go down at WrestleMania. Of course, the only question is, which night will it be?
Good question.
We'll find out. Oh, were you going to say something, Florio?
No. I was just saying, good question to you. And of course, we had to have an abbreviated SmackDown chat this evening, but we saw this match, and one other thing that made it even better was Mr. Danilo Infilio was the referee.
Yeah, he actually was there.
Yes,
I think it was basically him and Jessica Carr.
Yes,
were the referees for tonight's SmackDown. So
that's right.
Yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. Fletch, I give it to you.
All right. The next thing we had was an interview. Well, it was Michael Cole interviewing Paige, and then was interrupted by Sasha Banks and Bayley. Well, okay, this was supposed to be last week. Paige was supposed to show up and, have a little bit of a chat with Bayley. And, well, it happened this time around. But, oh my, Bayley, boy, did you walk into it tonight. Well, when it was all said and done, Paige dropped a bomb. A massive bomb on everybody. It's a 6-pack challenge at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's title. Bayley is going to have to put the title on the line against Dana Brooke, Tamina, Naomi, and the final challenger, Sasha Banks.
Lacey's in that too.
And Lacey Evans. So, Lacey, Dana, Tamina, Naomi, Bayley, and the boss, Sasha Banks. 6-pack challenge, elimination for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. Michael Bullock, the game has changed now. They just upped the ante at WrestleMania. 6-pack challenge.
Oh, yeah. And let's face it, Fletch. Bayley just couldn't keep her mouth shut.
Nope.
I mean, she asked for it. She kept running her mouth, doing this whole bark, 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 bark right at Paige. And, well, Paige said, all right, you want to talk trash about me and the whole women's division? I mean, it's almost like Fletch. She was basically saying, oh, Bayley thinks she's better than anybody on the SmackDown women's division. better than anybody in the Raw women's division, and I know that would infuriate Florio.
Mm-hmm.
And she thinks she's better than any woman in my division, the
On the
NXT women's
NXT division.
division.
Yep. She called herself the best in all of WWE. She basically is like that. She is the face of the WWE women's division.
Well, that's beyond debatable. There's something to be said about that. On my side, on Florio's side, well, I don't know where you stand, Fletch, on this. So, but that's another story. So, yeah, you could see the look on Sasha Banks's face when Paige said that she was going to be in the match. And I don't know if you noticed, guys. I think there was a little smile on the face of Sasha Banks when right after her name got put into the match. Did you notice it, Fletch?
I don't think it was really a smirk. I think it was a shock, like, what? Me? But then once Bayley left, yeah, you could tell there was a little bit of a smile coming through the face of Sasha, like, now it's my time. The boss is back. So who knows how this plays out going to WrestleMania.
But yeah, but after yeah, yeah,
okay.
It was just my father, so
okay.
So don't mind it. But yeah, but when where was I at? Oh, but I don't know if I got the feeling when I saw that the smile. Do you guys smell maybe we could get a little dissension somewhere down the line with Sasha and Bayley? What do you guys think?
Well, obviously, you're talking about a SmackDown women's title. I mean, obviously, you kind of have to feel like this is going to be something that you got to play for. So, no doubt about it. Yeah, I think there will be dissension. I think there will be something out of it because you're going to need an opportunity to win the belt. So, absolutely.
Yeah, and probably sometime next week, Bayley's going to probably come to Sasha and be like, "Oh, how can you accept this? How can you actually smile about this?"
I don't think she'll realize that. I think what she's going to do is, look, let's destroy everybody in the fight, but more importantly, let's work together to keep the belt for me. That would be Bayley's theory.
But will Sasha follow through?
I think she'll follow through until it gets to the final two. Then I think it's going to be every woman for herself. Or does she just say, the hell with it, I stab you in the back now?
I think that's what she's going to do.
And then go for the belt.
I think that's what Sasha's going to do. I think because she knows, like, I may stab my friend in the back, but look, this is about the SmackDown women's title. Well, I want to be back on top like I was before. Only time will tell. I think it's something that we really need to keep an eye on as this six-pack challenge comes about at WrestleMania. So that's just my theory. I don't know if it will actually happen. So Fletch, it's yours.
I thought the segment was fine. I know it was a little rough because, it was on a Skype and, it was fine. It was good. And social media does work when it needs to work. But I thought the segment itself was amazing. I think they did really well. I think it panned it out really well. So, no, it's all good. I don't mind it. I think it definitely worked heading into WrestleMania. So, I got really nothing more to say. So yeah, it's all good. So 6-pack challenge, I don't mind it. It's gonna be an enjoyable fight at WrestleMania. So I got nothing else to add. Anthony, it's yours.
Yeah, there was speculation that Paige had been cleared to compete again recently. So a lot of people were probably surprised when this ended up being the announcement she had planned. Bayley and Sasha are better with a crowd to play off of, and it showed here. They struggled a bit, but played their part as best as they could under the current circumstances. 6-woman match for the title will be interesting because it most likely means we could be getting a new champ. And you know what? I'm gonna take it a step further. I think we are gonna get a new champ, and I think it's gonna be Sasha Banks. I think Sasha's gonna turn on Bayley, stab her in the back, and walk out the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion. How do you like that?
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Sasha gets her moment. I wouldn't. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to I'm not going to say anything negative about it. I actually agree with you, Florio. I think Sasha's going to get the moment back. I think she's going to win the title at WrestleMania. Yes. No doubt.
It's been long overdue for her. And plus there have been rumors about a Sasha and Bayley feud anyway. So
yeah.
This would be a great way to kickstart it right here.
Oh yeah.
Have Sasha steal the win from Bayley, steal the belt, and then we could have a Sasha and Bayley feud. And if it's anything like what we saw in NXT, oh boy.
But now the question is, who's the face, who's the heel?
I would imagine Sasha would be the face this time around. Because I think Bayley as a heel, I mean, you spent all this time building up Bayley as a heel, so I think you should keep Bayley as a heel as it is, because she wasn't really getting much crowd reaction as a face anyway. So
yeah,
and the fans love Sasha, so no brainer. So
all right,
I'm with you on that, Florio.
Okay, so just something to think about when we do our preview in a couple weeks. So that's all there is to say on that. So just an okay segment for now. That's all. Mainly because no crowd. So, but I like the match, and I think Sasha walks out with the belt. So move on.
All right. So the next thing that we had, well, they actually gave us a throwback, So we were expecting, to hype up John Cena versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Let's go back into the memory lane, guys. So tonight, SmackDown Live showed the match from WrestleMania 30. John Cena, 1-on-1 against Bray Wyatt, but this was the Bray Wyatt from the Wyatt family. So we got to see that. And very nostalgia moment, very cool. And guys, we actually got some big news about WrestleManias and ESPN. Get ready for that one. Hold on to your hats a little bit later on. The mind was blown when we heard this today. So, with that said, then there was a couple of backstage stuff going on, and it led to the main event of the evening. So, it was John Morrison and The Miz versus Otis and Tucker, Heavy Machinery. And when it was all said and done, the fight ends in the DQ. John Morrison and The Miz wins by disqualification in 14 minutes and 45 seconds. Because Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose appeared on the Tron, Otis went ballistic. Grabbed a chair and wore the hell out of Miz and Morrison. The tag team champions got absolutely annihilated by a one-man army. Tucker was trying to calm him down, but Tucker couldn't stop the boy. Otis went catatonic. Otis went to a dark side that I've never seen before, and quite frankly, I don't ever want to see that again. Holy freaking crap is what I gotta say. He went nuts. And boys, the look on Dolph Ziggler's face said it all. Oh shit, I think we've gone too far. You're damn right you're gone too far, you dumb son of a bitch. And now you're gonna pay with penance, possibly at WrestleMania. Anthony Florio, I know the ending stunk. This easily could be called Fight of the Night because of the time and the body of work. And the ramifications after this, whoo-wee. Boys, this just got real.
Oh, yes. It most certainly did get real. And it's going to have to be an NA because it was thrown out. But if I was going to give a rating for the match, I would have given it about 3.25 to 3.5 stars. I do agree. It was the fight of the night. I think this was the longest match that WWE has done since this whole thing started.
Almost 15 minutes, yeah.
So, but to sum it all up, you know, beforehand they did the dirt sheet. That's what they did, Miz and Morrison, and they're great together. And this segment gave them another chance to show how funny they can be when they are given good material to work with. The idea of both teams beginning their match during the commercial break was hilarious. We were supposed to believe they started wrestling before the camera was filming, which was ridiculous. Other than that, this match worked as well as it could have. Both teams rely a lot on the audience, giving them good and bad reactions. They had to adjust their style quite a bit. The storytelling, though, in this segment was great. Otis going off the rails was an unexpected development, and it will be fun to watch what WWE does with this story next. Now, Heavy Machinery obviously out of the tag team title picture, which works out great because I have heard a rumor about a possible 6-person intergender matchup.
Yes, I heard that too.
With Mandy Rose actually teaming up with Heavy Machinery against Sonya Deville, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, given the current circumstances, but, you know, there was also that other rumor about a singles match with Dolph Ziggler and Otis, and that could be where we get the Otis and Mandy payoff, which I still believe we're going to get. I still believe in my heart of hearts we're going to have that Otis and Mandy payoff at Mania. So, we'll have to wait and see on that. But it was announced that next week, on Friday Night SmackDown, the New Day and the Usos will face off. And whoever wins that match will challenge The Miz and John Morrison for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania. So that's big right there. So that's all I can say on that. It's going to have to be an NA because it was thrown out. But if I was going to give a rating, it would have been 3.25 to 3.5. But even with the NA finish, this is one of those rare times where a match with an NA finish was the fight of the night. So, yeah, this was a very, very good match. So that's all there is to say on that. So, Bullet, come on in. Heavy Machinery out of the tag title picture. New Day and Usos will battle next week. Winning team gets Miz and Morrison for the belts at Mania. How about it?
I like the sound of that. I mean, yeah, the Usos and the New Day go at it again, and guys, we know the history with these two. They've always put on solid tag team matches on SmackDown, and I got a feeling this will be no different, especially now with a chance to face the Miz and Morrison for the SmackDown tag team titles at WrestleMania. So, yeah, I agree with you, Florio. I mean, we're going to have to give this an NA, but I was giving it a rating, I would give it a 3.25-star rating. And yeah, Otis basically went off the rails. I mean, when Dolph Ziggler showed the pictures of him and Mandy Rose, I mean, yeah, you son of a bitch. I mean, you thought you were gonna try to embarrass and humiliate Otis. That did not work out well. All you did was light a fire in Otis, something we have never seen before. Come on, guys. I mean, Otis has been that funny guy, that funny, lovable guy that we've been known to see. Am I right on that?
Agreed. Yes.
But tonight, oh, after what Ziggler did, we saw a darker side of Otis, and quite frankly, and I'm going to say it, Mr. Big Girl Panties Dolph Ziggler is going to get what's coming to him. All the embarrassing and humiliating stuff that he's done, it's finally going to come back and bite him in the ass. Could be a singles match, could be that rumored 6-person intergender match. But either way, Dolph Ziggler's in big trouble. And I still, like Florio said, I think we're going to get that moment with Otis and Mandy. I believe so too. Now, I don't know where Fletch stands on this. I mean, unless he's got something that we don't know about. So, that's all I got to say on it. So, basically, let's move on, Fletch.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Last up on tonight's show was the contract signing between Bill Goldberg and Roman Reigns. So, Anthony, why don't you just take that for a spin a little bit?
Yeah. Contract signings that do not end with any physicality or fight always feels weird. This segment would have been better with a live crowd, but they did a decent job in a quiet setting. Reigns came across better than Goldberg. The champion bragged about headbutting doors all across the world, which was a weird flex since he gave himself a concussion before his match against The Undertaker at Super Showdown last year. That being said, the staring contest, awkward way to end the show. So, but, we'll have to wait and see how the match goes. I mean, this out of all the matches on this card, this one is an absolute given. There's no question about it. We all know Roman's going to walk out of that the new Universal Champion. There's no way Goldberg goes over. No way. So that's all there is to say on that. So, Bullock, let's get a quick thought from you on this awkward contract signing.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Florio, win back the title that Roman Reigns never lost.
Yes, win back the title he never lost. He made the announcement. He relinquished the title. We were there. We know.
Yeah. So it was an awkward feeling to this contract signing. I mean, obviously not having a crowd there added to it. So, yeah, I mean, obviously we had 2 contract signings this week. Obviously, with The Undertaker and AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and obviously with this tonight on Smackdown. And I'm going to be quite honest, guys, and I don't know how you guys are going to feel. I think the AJ Styles Undertaker contract signing was more, I don't know how to put it. How would you put it, Fletch?
Are you saying like more entertaining,
More entertaining?
Okay.
Yeah, more entertaining, because there was actually some physicality. Well, not with The Undertaker and Styles, but with him taking it out on the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. So that's just my personal opinion. So it was fine, but I think out of the two contract signings this week, I think the Undertaker and AJ Styles one on Raw was better. Fletch, it's yours.
You know what, Anthony? I'm a little surprised you went down that route because you're always the one to be preaching about how you prefer that there's no physicality leading into a title fight for WrestleMania. You always were the one that was always preaching about it. And now we had a contract signing. There was no physicality.
I'm just, I know, but I'm just saying it just had a weird feel to me. I mean, I'm glad. I'm actually happy about that. I mean, I'm okay with it, but because it's what we come to expect from contract signings. We come to expect there to be some sort of chicanery, some sort of hijinks, if you will, extracurricular activity. And yes, I do preach about, contract signings going off without a hitch, and I still feel that way. You're absolutely right. But this just had a weird feel for me, considering the intense nature of both men.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you addressed it. So that's all I can say on that. So
then there's really not much of an argument for me to say. I think it was good. I think it was fine. I don't think there was anything bad. So yeah, I thought they did a very good job under the circumstances. So yeah, I thought they did really well. So I got really nothing else to add or nothing bad to say. I thought it was a solid show. It was a solid ending to to an okay show. I really got nothing more to add. So with that said, yeah, Anthony, it's time for the overall review. Mike Bullock, I think you lead off. So yeah, it's all yours.
Yes, I lead off, and like I said, I think it was an okay edition of SmackDown, given the circumstances of what we saw tonight. So if I was to give it a rating, I'll give it about a 6 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned. I mean, yeah, I had a couple of good matches, even though one of them really, was basically a throwaway. And I mean, yeah, it's a couple of okay segments, and I actually like what they've been doing with these throwbacks to some of the pay-per-view match, and especially with this one with John Cena and Bray Wyatt, because it basically details everything that Bray Wyatt talked about. How in his mind the Fiend was born when John Cena beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 6 years ago. So I like that added twist to the whole storyline with these two. So yeah, so a 6 out of 10 for me. So Fletch, it's yours.
6 out of 10. Totally agree with you, Michael Bullock. And finally, they actually gave us some aspect, a reason why that. And the thing is, a lot of the time, the flashbacks that they've been doing never made any sense. Okay, you gave us a long Royal Rumble. What, to explain why we're getting the championship fight between McIntyre and Brock? So I mean, okay. Then you just throw the tag team elimination chamber just to fill the time, just like you did for the Royal Rumble match. You just did that to fill the time. This tonight was the perfect way to do it. It told a story where it harkened back to why Wyatt versus Cena is happening, why the Fiend was created. It actually made sense tonight to go back with that fight at WrestleMania 30. That was perfect. That was the perfect reason why to do that. Perfectly aligned. It worked. All the other stuff, the two matches were actually better and far better than anything that they've had up to this point at the Performance Center. And I applaud WWE for at least taking the opportunity and just giving us something. You know, it worked. This was an actual enjoyable show. Now, obviously, you wanted it to be better with the crowd and everything else. Or even have the guys, the locker rooms, bring the NXT guys, bring the guys from Monday Night Raw, have them sit in and watch the show like AEW did. If they do that, I think the show is even better. But for once, I thought SmackDown took a legitimate step in the right direction by doing something that maybe they should have done all along. Give us actual good storytelling matches. Don't try to throw it out there just for the hell of it, but give us a reason to get invested. SmackDown nailed it tonight. They made Drew Gulak look like a good wrestler. They don't make him look like a stooge or a jobber. Now they are hearkening back to the land of opportunity SmackDown. The great SmackDown. This is what we wanted all along, guys. If you give us this week after week, we'd be competing with Monday Night Raw. We'd be competing with NXT. Wake up, god damn it. Anthony, it's yours. 6 out of 10.
Yes. Okay, MF. 6 out of 10. Yes, I agree with that. That would have been our rating if we were giving a rating. But remember, these are empty arena shows, and MF made the decree that we're not really gonna put a score on it. But if we did,
that's true. It would be 6 out of 10 if we were scoring it.
Yes. So we're going to channel our inner Jerry Springer here and give a final thought. That's what this is. So in my final thought, very simple. I agree with everything MF said. This episode of SmackDown was a focused effort to build WrestleMania. The only low light that came out of it was it set up Elias versus Corbin. Ugh. Bryan versus Sammy. The SmackDown women's title match. And they continued the builds for Cena and The Fiend and Roman and Goldberg. It felt tiresome and flat by the end, but I will say they certainly accomplished things. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. So that's really my final thought. 6 out of 10. That's the rating. I'll make it unanimous. Absolutely, you guys nailed it. So nothing more to say except MF. Let's put the bow on this thing.
Yeah. So before we get on out of here, if you guys have not heard the news, but it's a major announcement. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, has cut a deal with WWE to show 3 WrestleManias starting this week on this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. They will be showing WrestleMania 30. That's right. That WrestleMania. The night that the Yes Movement finally arrived. The Sunday after that, they'll be showing WrestleMania 32 from Dallas. And then the night or the day of the second night of WrestleMania at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, WWE and ESPN will show you last year's WrestleMania from MetLife Stadium. This is the first time ever that a WrestleMania will be shown in its entirety to the WWE Universe. Now, there's been times where we've seen WrestleMania matches on network TV or on cable TV. There was a couple of times on Fox back in the day where they showed, I think, 1 or 2 fights from WrestleManias. But this is the first time ever on television that you're going to get to see WrestleMania in its entirety, from beginning to end, with commercials along the way. But they have promised that each event is 4 hours long. Each one of them are 4 hours, guaranteed, from 7 to 11. So, with that said, ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, and quite frankly, they needed the content, but they are the ones that's going to get to show WrestleMania. So, guys, starting on Sunday, take a blast to the past as they'll be doing WrestleMania 30. All right, guys, so that's it. We're done for the night. Thank you, Anthony Floyo. Thank you, Michael Bullock. Thank you guys as always. Like the video, leave a comment at the bottom. Show it all your friends on all the social media platforms. And until next week, so long for now.